Haru.
Haru?
Haru.
Haru?
Haru.
Haru. We are doing a very relaxed vlog today.
Yes. I just did my first workout with my friend who is a trainer, and so I was like, I'm not changing yet. So me and myself as myself.
And I'm just comfy cozy for always.
Yes. So this last weekend I went to Stitching, Texas.
Woo!
And I got to work it, and I wanted to say big thank you to the committee of Stitching Texas. It was so much fun. You all were so welcoming. Tina, Debbie, Wanda, everybody, Anna, everybody was so great. Dally
was great too.
Fabulous.
Yeah. It was great to meet you all. So
Jeanette, honorary.
yes, Jeanette, of course. Honorary.
Honorary.
No, it was great. I was not, I was there the first night, and then I went to the airport the next day, so I actually did not end up getting to go to this retreat.
On my own.
So Shannon was on her own, but
on my own, and my mom wasn't there because mom was supposed to be there, but with my dad having some health struggles, she had needed to stay home with him, and so it was just me, and I was like, oh.
Just Shannon, yeah. And so,
but like I know people from like other retreats, and I know people because they're my mom's friends, and honestly I sat with them for a lot of the weekend, and it was super fun and wonderful, and they are all wonderful people, and so it was great. It was really I always get very invigorated after retreats, whether I'm hosting it or just getting to go, and it's been a little bit since I've gotten to go to one. I've hosted one since, the last one that I went to was last summer, and so I was like, yay. And then actually Downton, the Black Needle Society Downton retreat starts today too, so, and that one's virtual. So yeah, I
didn't know it started today.
Yeah, I need to get involved there in a little bit,
definitely.
But right now, Stitching Texas. I had so much fun, such a blast, such wonderful people, and super fun. I mean, the vendors there were amazing, and that's also why we're doing a video, because I'm going to show Amanda all the goodies I got.
Yeah, we've purposefully not really talked about the retreat, or she has not shown me anything that she's gotten other than a few photos here and there, just so that we could do this video and have my
genuine reactions.
I was trying to say interactions. I'm like, that's not right.
Okay, well, we'll start with Golden Familiars.
Oh my gosh, hi Renee.
Hi Renee, love you so much.
It was so good to see you. Like,
super good to see her.
Thank goodness I got to see Renee before I left, because I was like, oh my gosh, I love her so much, and I love Golden Familiars.
So I wanted a retreat mat, and she was selling retreat mats, with Texas specific fabric, and it's not just like the Texas like map or nothing, it is the names of all the cities. How cool is that? So
I was like looking around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I recognize these places now.
Snaps open. There's like a chain here where you can have your threads on. I put my floss there, my Flossaway bags personally, and then this is a retreat mat. And it has 3 pockets, a smaller one, a bigger one, and another one. I was like, what's in here? Oh, trash. And then a little tray that you can snap. And that's that.
Yeah.
And I was very excited to specifically pick this one because right in the dang center is McKinney. That's where we are. Woo.
That's where we are.
Yeah, I love it. So you guys can see it a little bit.
It's like really, it's so cute. I love the fabric.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love all of these. I love all the different just like signs for each of the cities. Super cute. And I'm wondering if you're a Texas person, let me know if you see your city on here.
Yeah. It's making me wonder though, if like every state has this.
That'd be fun.
And that would be like so fun.
Something for a future retreat.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, we would buy a California one and a Colorado one.
100%.
Shannon coming from California and myself
and then
coming from Colorado.
I would have Renee make me one.
Renee!
Snap together. And so you can put stuff inside, which is nice. Another thing that I got from her because it's out, is a Downton bag. And
Yay.
she had made one, I guess, for somebody else for the Downton retreat, and then had extra fabric, and so I went ahead and made this one. And because I was first at her booth, I was like, mine.
Yeah, it was funny. Renee showed it to me the night before and was just like, do you think Shannon will want this? And I'm like,
You're
yes.
funny. Yeah. So it's the inside.
Shannon.
It's also the outside.
Shannon is definitely gonna jump on that, and then lo and behold,
perfect for the Downton stuff as well. So great.
And we always can, we can always use a new bag.
Of course.
So,
I'm just gonna be grabbing random stuff. So Tina, who runs Stitching Texas, she gave me this as a gift. Very sweet.
The Texas rose on
it. Very cute.
Yeah, I really liked setting up and everything, and utilizing the Texas yellow rose and the decorating. I really appreciated that because it's very Texas.
I got 2 of these, but here's one. Where's the other one? There's the other one. Okay, so at one night of so I guess the retreat itself, kind of the way they set it up is there's like bingo, there's left, right, center, which is you have 3 DMC floss and a dice that has an L, R, star, and then like a circle on it. So if you get the L, you throw all 3 dice, and each one represents one of the skeins of thread you have. So if I got an L, an R, and a star, then I would lose all my thread because one would go to the right, one would go to the left, and one would go to the center. If I got like the circle, then that means I wouldn't have to get rid of like one of my threads or any of my threads if I got like all 3. And you're not supposed to you won't, even if like you get rid of all your thread, like stay in the game until the one last person has all the thread, because you just never know who's gonna keep passing the thread to you, and you might win. And then the point is that by the end, the person who has the last set of threads gets the stash in the center. So it's very fun.
You can get a pretty big stash.
Yeah, depending on how many people played. And we did like
played.
six different groups, and like, there were 156 people there this weekend, or 160 people or so. So, a lot of people were playing, which was fun. But one of the nights they have a couple hours where local shop owners, local vendors could sell stuff. And so, that was that moment. And Ghost Boy Needleworks was selling these beaded patterns. So I got this, which is like a small one that I can turn into a needle minder, and I got a skeleton.
Skelly made.
Which his name is Raymond, whose shop this is. He was like, "This is complicated, just so you know," and I was like, "That's fine. My wife likes skeletons. Well, likes mermaids." But also likes spooky things. So.
I do like spooky things.
Cute spooky things.
I do like a good cute spooky thing, and I do love mermaids. So yeah.
Combo.
Yeah. So those are really cute.
There was another shop owner there who doesn't have like a shop. She just goes to retreats. But I wanted one of these, and it's like, I have had one before, but you can put your paper pattern on it, and then paper pattern, and then I would put like a needle minder or some kind of magnet on top.
Magnetic,
and so it stays.
Oh, that's cool.
Ta-da!
I love that.
And yeah, it's nice, and then you can like set it up, and it's good for retreats because then you're not just like looking down at it on your table.
For sure.
I like the color, like it's very pretty purple, and easy to pack, so that's great. This was not from the retreat. This I purchased from a shop. Lola Crow posted about it, and that it was only going to be sold at one shop, paper pattern, and I was like, well, this is mine now.
Yeah.
So it's super cute.
I love it.
Acorns and Friends. I like sent it to Amanda. I was just like, I really want this. And Amanda's like, do you think you'll stitch it? And I was just like, I really want to. So I got it.
I love the opossum.
Yeah.
That is
I just love
deceased,
but holding the cross stitch.
I really,
each of them holding cross stitch and thread, and the crows, and it's so good. This is my favorite. Little at the bottom. The skunk is good.
Skunky. And the crows, which Shannon is a crow.
I am a crow. It's true.
She likes to collect all the shiny things as a parent of this video.
Okay, fabric
the shiny
time. So another wonderful vendor who was there, one of my favorite people ever, was Under the Sea Fabrics. Whose her name is Leslie.
I'm so bummed that I missed Leslie.
She's great. She's so sweet. And her husband was there too. He was very nice. And this was the fabric I got. Look,
it's opal.
And it's opalescent.
Wow.
And it's so gorgeous, and I have no idea what I'm gonna stitch on it, but it's gonna be great.
Sky's the limit, bro.
Oh, look at that. Look at
That's
that.
beautiful.
I would call it
Bisexual
delicious.
flag.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Or bisexual flag.
Yeah, I mean,
Delicious
basically.
bisexual flag.
Bisexual. It's delicious. What else? So I also got this from her, but it was just charcoal Lugana black fabric.
Always useful.
I can always use that, usually for Witchy Stitcher patterns, as we all know. And then I got these ornament pack ones, which actually I haven't even opened this up yet to see all of them. I just got the one.
You just got the pack.
And then was like, okay, we'll see what we get. And this is 14 to 25 count, so it's random counts, I guess. Yeah. So this was Iris.
It's my mom's dog.
And it's Ada, and I don't really stitch on Ada, but honestly, I would stitch on Ada just for
small
little ornaments. Like, how gorgeous.
Ooh,
she must take extra fabric and just turn it into this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
that's a
that
good
one's
way
called Hecate. This one's called Mermaid Sea. What were you saying?
Well, it's good so that you don't like waste material, and you know, this is a really good way of like, you know, using those weird odds and ends that you have. So that's great. Oh, that one
was called so sparkly, Naiad. Wow.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
That was like extra sparkly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with a lot of these, they're 20 count, so I could just stitch 1 over 1 on them, and honestly, there's some really cute stuff I could do. So, and that one's
Scylla,
and then Sea Witch. I don't have a backing on these. Sorry, at the windows. Yeah,
that's so smart.
Good idea. Got the pops.
And then also with all of the color names on there, you can be like, oh, I really like this one, and then go buy a whole yard of it or something.
Yeah. And then before I show the bag on this is another Leslie fabric that I got, and I started. Goodbye, magnet. I started my one of my April pieces on it. It's stunning.
So pretty.
Also opalescent. It's wrinkly now, sorry, but it's so pretty. That one is also, like I said, a Leslie. And what is it called? I have the tag in here. It is called Freya.
Oh.
Fat quarter linen 32 count. And I am stitching this.
April.
These are so cute.
Yes.
They have been coming out every month. It is by Stitch with Coffee Designs. Brand new designer for me. Like, I just discovered them in January when I saw the first one and was like, oh, I need that now. And so got that, and then was like, I need more. And every month does a cat, and it's so cute. So freaking cute. So got that. And then this bag I got from the bag lady, Debbie. She sells hers at retreats.
I love how huge it is.
Don't know if she has an Etsy actually, but you can double check. The bag lady. Yeah, and then it has my favorite way. It's like a vinyl, so I can see what's inside. It's nice. It's a bigger one. I usually go with smaller ones, but honestly, it's a really good size to fit my hoop. So it's been perfect for that reason. Okay, that is everything I can find from Leslie's stash. But I also bought some patterns too from her shop too, but we'll get to this later. Okay, we'll do other. So Dirty Annie's was also there as a vendor and sold her patterns, and I bought some funny patterns. So I bought this one, which says Some call it swearing. I call it sentence enhancing, which, you know, mood. Love that. And this one is called Alibi. I've got a shovel and an alibi. Ta-da. So I like that it's fancy ladies and sassiness. So I always like to start patterns at retreats. So the pattern that I started at this retreat, like, where is the actual bag? Oh, it's down there. Okay. The pattern that I started for this retreat is My Heart is Fed, and it's really cute, and it's by, and I didn't know this designer until I saw her stuff, Teresa Kogot's Creative Whims, and she's from Michigan. And I tried reaching out to her to see if maybe she would do a pattern for our retreat when we go to Michigan. Yeah, so I reached out to her, but I haven't heard anything yet, so we'll see. But yeah, got this, very cute. Loved the cat. Changing some of the colors, the hair, making it look like mine. And I'll show that off too. Oh no. Fabric down.
Fabric down.
So, and I put it on this fabric.
Oh. Wow.
And I got about 600 stitches in. So, and I did that all during the weekend. And one of the reasons why I like to start patterns, you know, you would think, Shannon, why are you doing so many starts all the time? Well, for retreats, I also just like starts. But for retreats, I like to start a new one because I have a pretty bad memory, so it's actually really nice to start a pattern there and buy everything there and stash it there, and kit it up there, and then do it, because then I like remember the retreat more, because I'm like, oh yeah, when I was stitching this part, I was talking to so-and-so and that was so fun. And yeah, that's why. I also got this bag from Tina as well, who she always makes something cute. Friendship, what is it? Friendships are made one stitch at a time, which was the theme.
That's the theme.
Yes. This year. So that's that. Look her up. We got a freebie, one of our freebies, Melvin the Library Kitty, designed by Carolyn Davis Kelsey, and that was this. And then the Stitchin' Kitten designs.
Stitching Kitten.
And I was just like, what a coincidence. I was like literally stitching on my cat design while I was getting this freebie. I was like, that's funny. And yeah, Anna just kind of like went around and gave out the freebies, and she talks to all the people and tries to get freebies for folks, and like really does some incredible work.
This, I'm dead.
This is so freaking cute. This was at Market, and I knew I wanted it at some point.
It's Satsuma Street.
It's a Satsuma Street, and yeah, by Jody Rice, called Groovy Chicks.
Oh my gosh.
I love that it's green, blue, pink. So, I don't know how I'll do the finishings, but I'm gonna have to hopefully she gave us instructions.
Yeah, hopefully she gave instructions.
Illustrated step-by-step instructions and templates for felt pieces are included.
Oh,
thank you for that.
Awesome. Good.
We also got this freebie called Red Peacock Folk Heart. I gave a copy to my mom because she's more likely to stitch something like this because it's a sampler, and she loves her samplers. So that's this.
Oh,
that is cute, and it is by Queenstown Sampler Designs. There was free fabric that we were also given, which is crazy. And this was by Picture This Plus, Spoiled, an Ada 16, and it's a mint green. So it's nice.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. So I got that. And one more thing in here. What are you? Oh, Trust by Tilly Crafts. God we trust. That was a freebie. Not all retreats will do freebies, but it's always nice when we get them, because you might get something you don't expect. This is Summer House Stitch Works, and some samplers. Whether I'll stitch it or not, who knows. Okay, more stuff. So I got fabric from a new person. So I had heard of Atomic Ranch Fabrics before. The vendor's shop is like Rogue Stitching or something like that, but their fabrics are called Atomic Ranch Fabrics. And
I think we had gotten one in a BNS box before.
yes, so we got one from a Black Needle Society box, and it was beautiful at the time.
It was.
And so it was kind of a no-brainer to get a bunch of his. His name is Dr. Mike.
Is he a real doctor or is he a fabric doctor?
You know, I think he's a real doctor.
Oh,
Moonstone is what this one's called.
that's pretty.
And he spoiled everybody on the last day by being like 20% off.
Danger.
And he already did 5% off on everything, so like throughout the retreat. So that was like, spoil us.
This red is
so cool.
It is
I saw
crimson.
It and was like, I need
and
it.
There's a lot of.
It's called Fox.
Yeah, I like that. There's a lot of like variation in it too. I like that.
I love that one. Ooh, I feel it.
I don't think you have a bright.
I feel the workout in my arms.
Oh.
Honestly, the stuff that Brittany was having was my new trainer and one of my very good friends from California, who just started a trainer gig. We worked out today, me for the first time and ever. Like I'm not a person who works out. I'll go on walks and I'll walk around Disneyland and end of list. There was a time where I was a runner and I hated it, or a jogger, more like. I hated it so much, and I like hurt myself, and then was like, my running days are over. That was when I was like 22 or something. And then yeah, I was never my preference.
Even when I was working out like weekly, multiple times a week, like I still would refuse to run. It was the worst.
It was horrible.
I don't know. It's always been the worst.
Okay, so more of this. Artemis, but you know what? People who can work out and do work out and have that like diligence to do it, like I admire so much. This is Artemis.
It's beautiful.
Stunning. Like the goddess. Okay, and then there's one more, and this one's special because I've already started a project on it because, you know, as we know, serial starter. New stitch along with Lola Crow. Funny, so much Lola Crow today. And it's the Extraordinary Birds stitch along, and I highly recommend because the birds already are so cute, and this is the start of it, making the aviary. It's probably gonna go back to here, probably halfway or so, and so far there's a barn owl and a, what kind of parrot?
A zombie parrot.
Zombie parrot. That have been added into it, and you get 6 weeks to do the frame, and then she kind of does, I think, a weekly or bi-weekly posting of the other ones. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, her last stitch along was gorgeous. I stitched it for a little bit and then I hated the fabric, so I gave up. But I bought a new fabric to do that one eventually, and that one's done, so I can just do that whenever I want. Now it's just a pattern. It's no longer a stitch along. Stitch alongs are hard. They're hard to keep up with. I'm usually pretty bad about keeping up with them. It's been like one I've been successful about mostly keeping up with.
Yeah.
And then I still didn't finish it at the same time as everybody else because it's too hard. I like to stitch multiple things. I don't like to stitch on one pattern. But still fun. So these are all the fabrics I got. So cute. So he's got a shopper now. I got a couple of other things. Wow, going down. Whoop! Sorry, everybody.
Sorry to give y'all whiplash.
So I bought some more Nurge hoops, which are square, and I love them so much.
She's been converted now.
Oh, I'm so converted, like for real. And then, okay, there was another vendor there, and again, she doesn't have an actual shop. She just vends at retreats, but I bought a dragon egg to put my orts inside.
Very cute.
Boom.
Love the 3D printer.
So cute. And then I have a snail over there, and then that also came with a little dragon as well.
Oh, cute.
Little dragon friend. Tina also made these for all the early birds, and then also moi as well because I worked it. But it says my name on it, and it has the flower. And there was a needle minder inside, and I'm not sure. Oh, actually, it's probably on this pattern. Show off the needle minder. Coming in. Okay. There it is. I'm putting your hand up. Let's see. There it is. Now I'm trying to get the light on it. It's kind of blurry. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, Stitching Texas with the little cowboy friends in it. That is exactly how I would think a Texas thing would be. Very cowboy-y. So cute. And that's not everything, actually. Okay, so there were local vendors there as well, as I mentioned before, and they had a couple hours, and so this was done by Tanya Rivas, I believe, and it's cryptids, and it's so funny because we have this calendar.
Yeah.
This calendar is fabric also, which is crazy.
Amazing.
I love it, and it's so gorgeous. And then it actually has 2 pockets, which is even better. Like, I want to buy more from her, so I love a 2 pocket. So I put that in there, and then in the big part, I actually put the pattern and all the other stuff inside there. But yeah, and then it has a handle too, which is
Love
like
that.
great, so great. Yeah, this is super cute. And I have a cryptids. This is my cryptids.
That was a stitch along.
That was also a stitch along a long time ago.
Yeah.
Probably my first stitch along. Now that I think about it, I think it may have been my first stitch along.
Is it?
Technically, because yeah, I think it
Well,
was. I'm trying to think of another one
Probably was like your first stitch along that like you were doing
with others.
with others.
Like there's other patterns that I bought that were like originally stitch alongs, but then just became patterns. But like that one was, I think that was my first. I swear. One day I'll finish it. One day. Okay, I think that's everything. That's all my goodies.
That everything?
Yeah. I bought other small stuff like pony needles. I really like pony needles. They are black, and they have a coating on it that make them, those who are sensitive or allergic to nickel, which is what regular needles have, it's hypoallergenic. So
Oh, I never even thought of that.
and honestly I just like the feel of it better than our regular needles because they're not as, our regular needles are like very smooth, you know, and I like that this one has a bit of texture to it, so like you can like feel it. It's not gonna pop out of your hand as easily. I feel like that's everything. So many goodies. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go into stitching, and everyone have a great day. Bye bye.